Once again, welcome you to the series of 600 plus confusing English words initiated by a Eju Junction family. Today we will have the words lonely, alone, and only. So, alone means by yourself, there is nobody else with you. What? Alone means by yourself. It means that there is nobody else with you. So we have the examples. I like to take long walks along. I like to take long walks alone so that I have to think, because here you are alone. We have the next example. He got up and left the restaurant. What? He got up and left the restaurant, leaving me alone at the table. Here the sentence is talking that there were many persons in the restaurant, but after going many peoples there, only the speaker left. So the sentence is he got up and left the restaurant, leaving them alone at the table. Now we talk about lonely. Lonely means feeling sad and isolated. What? Lonely means feeling sad and isolated. It is a negative emotion. What? It is a negative emotion. And lonely means feeling sad and isolated. We have the examples. I was lonely on my first day of class because I didn't have any friends. So here we are talking about feeling of sadness and isolations, because I was in the first day of class and I feel isolated. So we have the next example. She can't stand being single. She says she feels lonely without a boyfriend. So here lonely talks about feeling, a feeling of sadness and isolations. So here we talk about loneliness. Now we have we have words only. Only means just one and can be used with peoples, objects, actions. After the word only, we must have a person, object, or action. What? After the word only, we must have a person, object, or action. Like Dana was the only, what? Was the only student. Here we have a person. Dana was the only student who understood today's English lesson. Only, there was only one Dana who understood today's English lesson. Now we have the sentence. I have only one pair of glass. What? Only one pair of glass. So one pair of glass. Now we have the sentence. I didn't have a lot of money, so I only bought this t-shirt. So we are talking about only one t-shirt, because I had no money, so I bought only one t-shirt. Just only bought this t-shirt. Now we have the words also, as well, and to. So there is no big difference between these words. There is only difference between these words are that the replacements are not same. We will see it later. So these words are all used to show similarity or sameness, and the placement of these three words are not same. We will see it later. Jeff plays saucer. Greg plays saucer too. Here we are showing sameness. What we are showing here? Sameness. What we are showing here? Sameness. No? And we have the next sentence. Jeff plays saucer. Greg also plays saucer. What we are showing here? Sameness. So to is here. To is used in the last of sentence and also can be used in the middle. We have the next sentence. Jeff plays saucer. Plays. Greg plays saucer as well. So here we use also, as well, and to show similarity and sameness. Like the only difference in their placement in the sentence. What the only difference in their placement in the sentence? To and as well are what? To and as well. To and as well are used at the end of sentence. To, TOO, and as well is more formal than to. Also usually goes before the verb or adjective. What? Also always goes before the verb or adjective. We have the sentence, he likes chocolate. We have sentence, he likes chocolate. It means he likes chocolate, and I also like chocolates. Here also is placed between verb and subject. I like chocolate too. Here both sentence mean same, but if you use to, then you have to use to in the end of sentence, and also can be used in the middle part. I like chocolate as well. As well is also used in the end of sentence, and as well is more formal than to. So as well is more what? Formal. And we have the apples are delicious. The pears are also delicious. We have next example, the pears are delicious too. And if we talk more formally, the pears are delicious as well. Here the sense of all the sentences are same. The expression as well can be used in the middle of sentence and is similar to and or. What? And if we use as well in the middle of sentence, then it is similar to and or, not only but also. Here we have the sentence, you will understand well. She bought the necklace, she bought the earrings, she bought the necklace and the earrings, she bought the necklace as well the earrings. So here the sentence is, she bought the necklace as well as the earrings. Now we have the next sentence, she bought not only the necklace but also the earrings. So here this both means same. What? She bought the necklace as well as the earrings. And the next sentence we have is, she bought not only the necklace but also the earrings. This both sentence mean same, and this actually these four sentence means same. There is no any difference in the meaning of these four sentence. Just if we take first sentence, she bought the necklace, she bought the earrings. Here we are talking about earrings and necklace both. And we have next sentence, she bought the necklace and the earrings. Here we are talking about necklace and earrings both. Here we are also talking, she bought the necklace as well as the earrings. Here we are also talking about both necklace and earrings. And we have next sentence, she bought not only necklace but also the earrings. Here we are also talking about both the things, earrings and necklace. So you can also rephrase. What? You can also rephrase this to use also, to, or as well. Like, she bought the necklace, she also bought the earrings. No? Here we are rephrasing. She bought the necklace, she also bought the earrings. We have a sentence, she bought the necklace, she bought the earrings too. She bought the necklace, she bought the earrings as well. This is more formal. The difference is only this one is more formal, and all sentence means the same meaning. This all sentence have same meaning. She bought the necklace. She also bought the earrings. Here she is also bought. She bought both things. Here she also bought necklace and earrings. Here she also bought necklace and earrings as well. So we have what we here. 1 minute, please. So we have here 1 2 3 4 and here 1 2 3. It means we have 7 sentence mean same. There is no difference between these all the sentence in the meaning of their uses. Now we have the word altar and altar. An altar is a noun and is an elevated palace like a type of table where religious ceremonies are performed and or where offerings are left for the god or spirits. So wait 1 minute. Here it can be seen this one is altar. What this one is altar. And also the verb alter is a more formal word for change. Okay, and this one is alter and used as a noun where we use where some offerings are put on the table. Here we have examples. Art has the potential to alter our perception of world. Here we are talking about the potential of art, and art has the potential to alter the perception of the world. So alter here it is used as a verb. And now we have these vegetables have been genetically altered to be richer in vitamins. So here this is verb, and verb alter means for something change. You can republish the article in its original form. It may not be altered. That article can't be changed. The noun form is what? The noun form is alteration. The noun form is alteration. We have examples. I made a few alterations to the project proposal. Here alter, and that one was altar, altar. Here I made a few changes to the project proposal. So I made a few alteration. May I suggest may I suggest one alteration to the schedule of the conference. Here we are talking about the suggestion, one change. What we are talking about? Suggestion, one change to the schedule of the conference. Again, this word is a little more formal. What? This word is a little more formal. In case of spoken English, we can simply use the word change as both a noun and a verb. In spoken English, mostly change is used, and alter is more formal. Now we have the words although, though, and even though. These words are all used to show contrast. The difference is where we place them in the sentence. Although and even though. What? Although and even though are used at the beginning of sentence or clause, but never at the end. Here we have examples. Although I exercise a lot. What? Although I exercise a lot, I can never seem to lose any weight. Here we are showing contrast, that I am doing exercise a lot, but it is not seem to lose any weight. We have next example. Even though I exercise a lot, I can never seem to lose any weight. Now we have another example. I exercise a lot, I can never seem to lose any weight. Here we cannot use though and although in the end of sentence. We have another sentence is I can never seem to lose any weight although though या फिर even though I exercise a lot. What? I can never seem to lose any weight although though or even though I exercise a lot. All the three are correct. So all three can be used in the middle of sentence as a final example. Here it is shown. Okay. Now here we have among and between. It is often taught that between is used for two items and among for three or more, but this is not completely accurate. Okay, this is not completely accurate. The more accurate difference is this: between is used when naming distinct individuals, can be two, can be three, or can be more. Okay, between is used when naming distinct individuals. What? Distinct individuals. And among is used when the items or part of a group are not specifically named. In this case they must be three or more. Okay, so now we have the examples that will help illustrate the difference. The negotiations between Brazil, Argentina and Chile are going well. Here we use between because here the names are distinct and it is shown here. The negotiations among the countries of South America are going well. Here we can see that these sentences are not equivalent because there are more countries in South America than just Brazil, Argentina and Chile. There are many more countries except these countries, but they illustrate the rule you can see between with three individual items, and you must use among when talking about general group in which no specific countries are named. So we have the next example here. I am trying to decide between the green shirt, the blue shirt and the black shirt. Here it is given, it is specified. Okay, I am trying to decide among these three shirts. Here the shirts are not specified. So these sentences are the same, but in the first sentence we specifically name each of the three options: the green shirt, the blue shirt, the black shirt. So we use the word between. Okay, and in the second sentence here we use among because we treat the items as a group. Okay, you can find more information and examples like we talk about which is correct between you and I or between you and me. The correct phrase is between you and what? Between you and between me. The correct phrase is between you and me. There are lots of confusion between these things. So between these things like you and I. So the correct phrase is between you and me, never between you and I. Okay, this is something that even native speakers confuse. So the correct is between you and me. Okay, the correct phrase is this. This expression is used when you want the other person to keep some information a secret, for example. Okay, like between you and me, I think John got fired because he is completely incompetent. Here we want the other persons to keep this information secret. This means that don't want the other persons to tell anyone else your opinion about John's lack of intelligence. Now here we have the words amoral and immoral. The word immoral means something is against established moral principles. Okay, the immoral. The word immoral means something is against established moral principles. Like many religions consider lying and cheating to be immoral. Okay, this is established moral principle, but many religions consider lying and cheating is to be immoral. Okay, the word amoral means something is completely free from moral considerations. Okay, it is neither moral nor immoral. It amoral lies in between. Okay, like money itself is amoral. It is simply a tool that can be used for good or for evil. So here amoral means something is completely free from moral considerations. It is neither moral or immoral. So amoral lies in between. Okay, now we have amount, number and quantity. So use amount with uncountable nouns. Okay, things that cannot be separated or counted. We use amount with uncountable nouns. There is significant amount in traffic in the late afternoon. Here traffic can't be counted. Okay, she inherited a large amount of money from her grandfather. Here that amount is uncountable, uncounted money. The amount is uncountable, so we use what? Here money is uncountable, so we use amount. Okay, this recipe requires a small amount of wine. So here this recipe requires a small amount of wine, and wine is uncountable, so it is used with amount. I have a huge amount to work to do this week, so it can't be counted. What? The work can't be counted, so we use amount. And use number with countable nouns, what that can be counted and made plural. A number of my friends. What? Friend can be made plural. And teachers. A large number of people complained about the restaurant's terrible service. Here the people can be counted, so we use number. Here amount can't be used. A large amount of people, that can't be used. Okay, people can be counted. This recipe has a small number of ingredients. Ingredients are countable. I have a huge number of tasks to do this week. Here the task can be counted. If here work, the word work were used, then number would have been wrong. So we have the sentence, I have a huge number of tasks to do this book, to do this book. Okay, and now if we talk about the word what? Quantity. Then quantity is a more technical form of word number or amount, and it is used for things you can measure, usually objects, not people. Okay, so quantity is used with, in general quantity is used with objects, not people. Like we have a limited quantity of special edition hats for sale, or a limited number of special edition hats, because hat is countable and hat can be used with number or quantity, but quantity is more technical, a formal word for number or amount, and it is used for things we can measure. We have sentence, they need a large quantity of cement for the construction. A large amount can be also used. Okay, because cement is uncountable and it can be used with amount also, but you can use quantity with both things, but it should be measurable things. But you can't use quantity with people in general case. Now we have ancient and antique. The word ancient means very very old. What? The ancient word ancient means very very old, usually hundreds or thousands of years old. Like archaeologists found remains of an ancient civilization that lived in the area around 600 BC. Here, ancient civilization we are talking about, it means that civilization existed hundreds or thousands of years ago. The word antique describes an item that is from an earlier period, usually 50 or 100 years old. Okay, so we have the sentence, I inherited an antique table from my grandfather. So you can see that this is an antique piece she got from her grandfather. So antique is used with items. Okay, now we will have the word angry and upset. What? Angry and upset. If someone is upset, it means that they are in an agitated mental and emotional state. Okay, if someone is upset, it means that they are in an agitated mental and emotional state. If somebody is angry, what? If somebody is angry, then it means that he is or they are not happy, they are hostile. Being angry is stronger than being upset. Okay, upset means in an agitated mental or emotional state, and anger is more in anger. Here the intensity of anger is more than upset. Anger means not happy, okay, or hostile, and being anger is more stronger than being upset. If somebody accidentally spilled coffee all over your new clothes, you would probably be upset because it is inconvenient to you, but not angry. Okay, because it was an accident and the other person didn't do it intentionally, so you were upset. If somebody purposefully damaged your car because that person hates you, then you would probably be angry, not upset. Okay, the person, because they did a bad thing on purpose. It is possible to be both angry and upset at the same time. Like if a teenage boy took his parents' car without permission and then got into an accident, the parents would probably be both upset because worried about their son's health after the accident, and angry because their son disobeyed them and broke the rules by taking car. Here we have another example. If you found out you failed a test, okay, you would be upset but not angry because you failed test. This is not very very bad thing. Okay, this is not very bad thing, and this you didn't do intentionally. However, if you found out that the grading of the test was unfair, here unfair is done intentionally, and the teacher only gave high grades to his favorite students, then you would be angry because an injustice was done intentionally. Now we have another, other, and others. The word other is an adjective. Okay, the word other is an objective. It refers to something different. Like the teacher held a textbook in one hand and a pencil in other hand. So here other is used with noun hand and other is adjective. It refers to something different. Okay, the word other is often used with the, and it can be used with singular or plural nouns. So here in the other hands, so other is used with the, and other is used as an adjective, as an adjective. Okay, we crossed to the other side of the street. Here we use the other and side. I liked the session but the other students thought it was boring. Okay, what? The other and students. Let's finish this task and leave the other task for tomorrow. Here we are talking about something different. So we used other, and other is used with generally the, and other is used as an adjective, so other is used with noun task. Okay, other is a noun and we use it when we don't say the noun specifically. It can only be used for plural things like I liked the lesson but the others thought it was boring. What? I liked the lesson but the others thought it was boring. The other students here implied. Here the hidden meaning of the sentence. So here the hidden meaning of the sentence is the other students. Okay, so others, what we talk about, others, as is added. Okay, as is added here, as is added. So others is a noun. Okay, others is a noun and we don't say the noun specifically. It can only be used with plural things. Okay, like let's finish this task and leave the others for tomorrow. Here we are talking about task, the other tasks. Okay, so others can be used as a noun. The word another is used when you are talking about one additional thing. So word another is used with when you are talking about one additional thing, like I ate 2 slices of pizza and I am still hungry, so I am going to eat another one. Here we are talking about one additional pizza. Okay, and other, we use other when we talk about different things. The Harrisons just had another baby, now they have 5 children. Okay, but the Harrison just had another baby, now they have 5 children. Here another implied one more baby. It can be used to describe different, like a and plus another. What? It can be used to describe something different, like a or an plus another. So I don't understand, could you give me another example? What we have sentence here is I don't understand, could you give me another example? So what's the difference between the other? What? The other, the other. When we use for a singular noun we use the other. Okay, and another can be used with singular also. The other is specific, it is when there are only 2 options. Okay, other is specific, other is a specific word. It is used when only 2 options are available. Another is general word. Okay, it describes one of many options. Okay, like one of her, there was a red shirt and a blue shirt, I look terrible in red, so I bought the other shirt. Okay, here the blue one and the only option different from red shirt. Here the blue one is the only option from red shirt. Okay, so we use other. I don't like this red shirt, do you have it in another color? Here another color implies that one other color among many possibilities. Okay, so among many possibilities another can be used, but if you have only 2 options, then and if you want to what make distinct meaning, then you use other. Now we have answer, reply and respond. These verbs are essentially the same meaning. You can answer an email, reply to an email, but this is most common when talking about email. What? When we talk about email, then reply is a common word used. Okay, respond to an email, these 3 means same. When someone calls you, you answer the phone or pick up the phone. These are collocations, pick up the phone or answer the phone. When you make a statement or some comments, we usually say other person replies or response. Okay, when we make some comments and statements, we usually say other people replies or respond. When you ask a question, okay, we usually say other people answers. However, this is not 100%. Reply and respond can also be used for answering a questions, but these are collocations. This is it is better used when these words are used with their collocations. When used as a noun with a and the and possessive pronouns like my, your, and his, her, the word answer and reply don't change, but the noun form of respond is changed if you use what respond. What if we use respond? What if we use respond with a and the or possessive pronouns like my, our, his, her, then reply get changed with response. So he answered my question, but I didn't understand the answer. Okay, we are waiting for a reply from the customer. What we are waiting from a reply from the customer, but when we use reply with possessive pronouns, reply get changed into response. Here we use possessive pronouns her, so her takes response. Okay, her response to his comment was brilliant. Now we have any and some. Some is used in positive statements, any is used in negative statements. Okay, any is used in negative statements and questions, but some is used in positive statements. Okay, so if we talk about positive sentence, I want some bread. Okay, I want some bread. And if we talk about negative sentence, I don't want any bread. Here don't is negative, so we use any. Questions, do we have any bread in this house? So in question we generally use any. Okay, there is an exception. Some is used in question, but if you are offering something to someone or asking for something, this is very good point one should learn. Okay, so some is used also in question if you are offering something or someone or asking for something. Okay, so offering something, we have an example, would you like some bread? So we are offering something to someone, and if we are asking for something, sorry, we were offering something to someone, so we use here some. And if we ask for something to someone, like, can I have some extra ketchup for my fries please? Here we are asking for fries. Okay, but only use some. What? Only use some and any with uncountable nouns and plural countable nouns. Like, she wants some water. Here water is uncountable. Now we have next example, he hasn't received any emails yet. He hasn't received any emails yet. Emails are plural. Here we are talking about many emails. So okay, don't use some or any with singular countable noun. Some and any will be used with only uncountable nouns and plural countable nouns. Okay, don't use some and any with singular countable noun. Use some and on any always with plural countable nouns or uncountable nouns. So we have, can I have an apple? So can I have some apple? Sorry, can I have some apple? Can I have some apple? So apple is singular countable noun, and what we have talked earlier, that with plural countable noun some can be used, but with singular countable noun it can be can't be used. So we have the sentence, we have correct sentence here is can I have an apple. Okay, we have next sentence, Paul doesn't have any car. What? Paul doesn't have any car. Here car is singular countable noun and it can't be used with some and any. So we have the correct sentence, Paul doesn't have a car. What? Paul doesn't have a car. This is correct sentence. Thank you once again. Wait for the next session. We are coming shortly. Thank you.